All is One Reflections. My name is Reverend Priestess Osun Kemibi Ifakemi, aka Dr. OK. I am a natural medicine doctoral candidate, biomedical health scientist, alignment priestess, godchild of the Reverend Priestess Osun Funke Iyanifa, and everything you need to get right mind, body, and soul. What's important today is that we understand the aspect of the law of compensation. We have to understand that within this work, especially as spiritualists, energy is conducted in a way that allows certain things to manifest in our life. At the simplest aspect of this, we know this to be offerings, okay? We know that we are not a part of this world in a figurative way, but a literal way, as Ifa tells us. And we know that the good old book tells us to give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Within that aspect, we understand that offerings, it's not just a payment, and it's not a bribe either. It's literally the energy to connect between the living and the spiritual world. We understand that when we are giving certain items, we are aligning with the energy that we are trying to experience within ourselves. We understand that offerings help us create the right relationship with understanding acts of gratitude, the respect in which our spiritual court has set for us, and the general necessity to push forward. Again, what energy we are trying to align with. It's important that all offerings can be broken up into certain layers, right? With me, we're going to talk about the anatomy and the physiology of whatever I'm speaking about, or at the core, the structure and the function, right? So when we talk about an offering, we're talking about, first off, what is it, right? What is given? We talk about the physical matter that carries whatever energetic correspondences, whether this be a food, whether this be drink, whether this be smoke. Each of it relates something different. Even when you give fruits, an apple carries different energy correspondences from an orange or a lemon or a melon. And even with those, it's important that as practitioners of Orisa Hoodoo, that we are giving these items, especially fruit, especially vegetables, we're giving to this whole. So we are giving the whole orange, we're giving the whole lemon, we're giving the whole orange, an apple. I'm using those main fruits as a constant example. One, because they're easy to get, and two, it's they're great, they're common. I mean, it's Hoodoo, you got to do what you do and work with what you got, right? But also understanding that when we are giving the whole orange, we're not cutting it up to make it look pretty. We're not cutting the apple up to make a little fruit cup, so for the aesthetics, because that's not what it's about. We want to give the energy as itself, not cutting up any aspect of it. So when I give this orange that's full of vitality and antioxidants, because I know I need healing within my life, I'm not cutting that up. I'm giving it whole, right? Just as I would an apple, just like I would a lemon. Because if the lemon is supposed to be bringing about cleansing and restoration, I'm not cutting it up. I'm not cutting up that energy. I'm giving it whole. Even when we talk about the liquids that are given, alcohol, because at certain levels of OT, you have gin, you have rum, right? Some ancestors, egungun, spirits, they require certain liquors, certain champagnes, right? Some altars have to keep a candle lit on it. It's important to understand what you are given and the intention behind it. Okay. The next point is how you're giving it. Is it going to be at your altar? Are you giving it, changing it every week, right? Understanding that when we are having the conversations of offerings, first off, you know what you're giving and how and giving it and why, right? Those are the main things. What, how, and why. When we talk about these things, again, it helps understand the relationship as well as speaks to the energetic correspondence within the prayer, petition, manifestation, or working that we are setting about. It helps to build consistency within the relationship, because I'm not just giving an apple just to give an apple. I'm not just giving, this thing just because it looks good, right? I'm being intentional. It's also important to understand that before you attempt to just give offerings to any spirit that is not your gungun, which is your elevated ancestors, you have to make sure that, first of all, you're not doing those things, right? You're not just looking something up on Google because you want to give Oshun something because you read it online, right? You, first of all, there's certain ways to give all of the Orisa, all the Loa, all of these forces of nature. There's a certain reverence and a way to give them and what you're giving them, because not every Orisa takes liquor, for example. Not every Orisha takes smoke, for example. And there's a certain way to give these items. It's important that you build a foundational relationship with your Agungun first. And when you're doing this, you're making sure that you have a consistent, again, relationship with them. The most important relationship that you would have. It's also important to understand that time is a great offering. Taking 10 minutes out of your day just to sit, to align yourself with the force of nature, with the energy that you are calling on. Within offerings, you know that there is a balance within all forms of giving. You understand that materially and energetically, you are aligning yourself in a way that's not just trying to be performative, in a way that's not just trying to do things that are for the aesthetics. Because again, that cut up fruit salad ain't gonna hit the same as the whole offerings. Not saying that things won't manifest. I'm saying that you need to make sure that you're doing things in alignment with what you are trying to work with. And if we are working with the science and the mathematics of the universe, these are some of the foundational understandings that we must apply. It's also important to understand that offerings need to be taken out at a certain time, given again in a certain time. Okay? Within offerings in general, it is important to understand that this is a form of energy exchange to help empower your bloodline and yourself. So you and your spiritual court, can have what's needed to get done what needs to get done. If you are unsure about about what offerings to give your ancestors, or even how to set up your ancestor altar, within the link within this video, whether it be description or in the comments, you will find the link so we can do that divination. Okay, within this, I will help you understand how to set up your ancestor altar, the prayer times, bath recipes to help you align with your specific bloodline, and the offerings that are required. If you're ready to take a step further and are ready for formal training with Orisa, make sure again that you are joining the private community so we can search you out in mentorship. There are several ways: general, practitioner, priest, and advanced/specialty priest, so you can really attune and do whatever you came to do and pop your shit with whatever way you are able to. And if you are just trying to just get right for the season, still, let's schedule your spiritual checkup so we can make sure that you know how to move mind, body, and soul. It's important to have these conversations, especially when we are dealing with energy, because we cannot just expect for our spirits to just work for us without giving the reverence needed, starting with offerings and some of the ethical and not just ethical, but just general understanding of what it means to give an offering. These are important because, again, it helps build the relationship for your spiritual court within yourself, and to understand how energy corresponds in every aspect of your life. My name is Reverend Priestess Osun Kemibi Ifa Kemi, aka Dr. OK. I am a biomedical health scientist, natural medicine doctoral candidate, alignment priestess, root doctor, and everything you need to get right, mind, body, and soul. Within this quick segment, I was able to give a general understanding about offerings and its importances as a practitioner or priestess training within the Orisa Hoodoo tradition. This is essential to our people. This is essential for foundational understanding, and it's essential to make sure that your people getting what they need to do whatever the fuck you've been asking them. Okay, like I said, the links to everything will be within this video, either in the comments or description. And remember, everything's okay with Dr. OK. Until next time, peace. Like the river.
Nobody talks about you, then you are nobody.